And now moving to Mexico, where the country is witnessing an escalating wave of violence, where holding public office has now become a deadly gamble. Just days after the brutal decapitation of Chilpancingo's mayor, another mayor has now been murdered, this time stabbed to death in Oaxaca. Political assassinations, gruesome cartel killings, and a country awash in bloodshed. Brutality remains a grim reality that Mexico's first female president, Claudia Sheinbaum, is struggling to contain. Here's our report with the latest.
Mexico was still coming to terms with the shocking assassination of Chilpancingo's mayor, Alejandro Arcos. Protesters were out on the streets demanding justice, condemning the mayor's killing as dastardly and cowardly. They asked authorities, when will their suffering end? Until when will innocent lives keep falling prey to criminal gangs? And until when will these gangs control their nation?
It
is the sentiment of the people. Indeed, we are sad. We are filled with rage and helplessness due to the cruel and vile way in which our mayor's life was taken. He brought a good project, a project that was about love, peace, and development for this capital city that has been neglected.
I condemn, and we strongly condemn, the dastardly, cowardly, and tragic murder of our mayor. We want justice.
That's when another shocking piece of news rocked the nation. Within 10 days of Arcos' killing, another mayor was stabbed to death. Roman Ruiz of Oaxaca, the mayor of Candelaria Losica, Oaxaca, was brutally murdered in what authorities chillingly describe as an interpersonal conflict. Ruiz was rushed to a community clinic, clinging to life. But like so many others before him, he didn't make it. 4 other mayors living in constant fear have now begged federal authorities for protection.
Yo lo supo cuando me amaneció y ya todo lo subieron en las redes sociales. Híjole, yo sentí muy triste pues porque digo, ¿por qué?
¿Se había visto esto aquí en el pueblo?
No se había visto nada.
The violence in Mexico doesn't just stop at city halls. Just last week, the bodies of 5 men were found scattered in black bags on a road in Jalisco. Their heads were stashed in separate bags, which hint towards an obvious move by the Jalisco Nueva Generacion Cartel. This is the same cartel that produced millions of fentanyl pills disguised as common painkillers and flooded the streets of the United States with the lethal drug, fueling an overdose crisis that kills tens of thousands each year. This carnage is not just an anomaly, it's a plague. Over 450,000 people have been killed since the Mexican government deployed the military against the cartels in 2006. The violence is no longer just about drug trafficking. Politics itself has become a battleground. In the June elections that brought Claudia Sheinbaum to the presidency, at least 37 political candidates were assassinated. Some were gunned down in broad daylight, others disappeared in the dead of night. Criminal organizations have infiltrated local politics, using money, threats, and bullets to tighten their grip on power. Elected in one of Mexico's deadliest campaigns, the country's first woman president, Sheinbaum, has vowed to tackle the violence by doubling down on social programs, sticking with the hugs, not bullets policy introduced by her predecessor.
The first thing that is very important is that Calderon's war against the cartels is not going to return. We are not looking for extrajudicial executions, which was what was happening. What are we going to use? Prevention, attention to causes, intelligence, and presence. That is the 4-pronged strategy.
From the Ministry of Security, we will work with all the federal entities because we are convinced that in order to achieve lasting peace in the country, we must assume that security is a shared responsibility.
But as the bloodshed spirals, the question remains: can Mexico's political leaders truly stop a war that's gone beyond drugs?
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election, explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained, every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.